back to the Sci Squad Podcast.
Welcome back to the Sci Squad Podcast.
Welcome back to the Sci Squad Podcast.
So, how y'all doing?
Solid. How was your Christmas?
Great.
Married?
Very.
Nah, married.
You guys doing anything fun? Anything cool?
I kept it low key, safe, because that's what we're supposed to do this year.
Still got a lot of presents under your tree?
I do. I have my roommates and I have my girlfriends. And I was going to get my girlfriend's hers yesterday, but she insisted not to because she did not bring mine yesterday. So she was just like, no. And I'm like, okay. My roommate I haven't seen in almost 2 months. So
Why not? Where is he?
he's just been home. He's just been home in Desmet, and I just haven't seen him.
Oh.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. He still pays rent, so
Hey, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Well, fair.
Step Brothers, goated movie.
Good movie.
Yeah. So, it's the end of 2020.
It is, finally.
Excited. So we're going to do a little look back at 2020 in the sports year.
This is going to be a crazy one.
It has been one of the craziest years ever.
It almost kind of flew by though, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Holy shit. It's going to be 2021 in fucking 2 days.
yeah. And looking at these things, I'm like, damn. That's crazy. I remember that yesterday. But then I also look at it like, damn, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl? Like, that feels like 5 years ago.
I know, that felt like forever ago. It's, it's been a crazy. It kicked off very, very, very poorly in the month of January.
Yeah, with the loss of Kobe Bryant.
Oh, Lord.
It was sad.
It's going to be one of those, where were you when it happened?
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
I know my parents have talked about celebrities like Michael Jackson and stuff that have passed kind of recently.
Yeah.
That it's like, Prince, where were you when he died?
Yeah. And those are guys even I can remember exactly where I were when they died. And I wasn't even, when Prince died, I was old enough to know because I was in high school. But, the Kobe one, that's a big one. I remember I had a mono, and I was going to the hospital to get it checked out, and I was just in the parking lot, and my buddy texted me, and he was just like, yo, TMZ's reporting that Kobe died in a plane crash, or helicopter crash. And my initial reaction, I was just like, no, he didn't. I listened, I'm like, no, he didn't. Like, because I'm like, TMZ, that has to be bullshit. They do that for clickbait. Lo and behold, I Googled Kobe Bryant, and then ABC, CBS, credible news sources, and I was just like,
I remember I was at the gym and I was in the locker room, and I come out of the locker room and look up and all the TVs turn to one thing, and it's the crash.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was a very, very sad day. I was a very sad person.
Yeah. But we got a lot of stories about Kobe, a lot of things. So that's a positive look at it. Moving on to February.
Yeah.
The Chiefs won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl in comeback fashion.
Who lost that Super Bowl?
The 49ers. Baby.
Wow, they're 5-9.
The 49ers. No, it's crazy because, first off, Mahomes should not have won Super Bowl MVP. That should have been Davey Williams, but it's whatever. Here or there.
I don't even remember that much.
I am a loser.
I watched it. It was just a long time ago. It was such a chaotic 10 months. Completely out the window.
To be fair, though, with all this chaos, sports has been the only thing getting me through it.
That's fair.
So if I can hold on to those fun moments, Patrick Mahomes leading the comeback against the team I hate the most, the 49ers, I hold on to that moment.
That's fair. Tom lost in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
And then he decided to move on.
It's just one of those things where it's just like you don't expect him to go. It's
right.
Like, no, he can't go anywhere, right? And then I saw the reports that he was leaving, and I was kind of going through the teams, and it was down to the Chargers and Bucks. I'm like, he's going to go to Tampa, isn't he? With all those weapons in sunny Florida.
And Tom Gronk went there.
Yes.
Remember when Gronk came out and retired?
Yeah.
Remember when the Bucks won the offseason? And they were already picking to go to the Super Bowl? Or some people were. I wasn't. But
yeah, it was crazy.
And honestly, Tampa is where we all expect him to be, realistically.
Yeah.
Like, Tom Brady is where I expect him to be. Now, I think Tom Brady's having a really good first year in Tampa. He broke the single season Bucks record his first year, and it's not like it's 36 touchdowns. And for a guy who's 43, 44, that's solid. That's incredible for how old he is. But we all expected some struggles, offensive struggles. We don't know what to expect from the defense, and that's what we got middle of the year. And they have a chance to go 11-5, and that's actually one game better than I projected. I said 10-6.
I think I said 9-7. So
we literally nearly have them all where we thought they'd be. We knew they wouldn't win the division, and we thought maybe they were still a year away because I feel like they need to beef up the defense a little bit. Maybe a new head coach might be something you have to consider, but I'm not gonna.
I don't think they will though.
I don't know. I think if it comes down to keeping Bruce Arians or Tom Brady, I think I know who I pick. This is your Super Bowl window. This year, next year, this is your window.
Fair.
Do you think if Tim Brady is fucking blown out in the first round, Tom Brady will retire again?
No.
As much as I would love that, I don't think that will happen.
No, Tom Brady will stick it out at least one more year after this year. And I think next year they can get a new head coach, or if Arians and Tom Brady figure their crap out and they beef up the defense, get a little more pass rushers, I think that Tampa team can really win, especially with all the uncertainty with the Saints with their quarterback position next year. I think Tampa has a real shot to win the Super Bowl next year.
My ideal scenario, first round of the playoffs, Washington football team wins 34-14, clobbers Tom Brady, sacks him 9 times.
Wow.
Chase Young sacks him 4 times.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Tom Brady is so hurt, he retires.
I don't know if I want Tom Brady to get hurt, but Tom Brady to lose, that would be pretty great.
And I didn't necessarily mean physically hurt.
Oh, just a mode. Oh, I gotcha. He's got to focus on TB12 now. It's just time to move on.
He'll go on the sideline, kiss his pillow lips, and say it's time to retire.
Then moving back to disappointing and sad stuff. The world kind of started to shut down.
I don't know. It was a complete shutdown.
Over here in South Dakota.
Right. March, it kind of kicked off with March Madness being canceled.
It's the 30 for 34 is going to be crazy.
Yes.
You really excited to come out with that?
That will be one.
It's going to be crazy.
For the record.
I remember they were really playing a quarterfinal match in the Big East tournament. Halftime, done. Stopped it. We can't go on. March Madness was done. Rudy Gobert touching everything and then getting COVID.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was crazy. And the NBA season stopped, and then it was like, And at that point, I remember, because we didn't know if they were going to continue.
Right.
So we thought we lost out. I mean, I'm glad they continued, but we lost out on potentially all these great stories in the NBA.
There was a time where we didn't think any sports were going to have it. All this.
No, we were questioning the NFL. We didn't think MLB would get started. I just had so many doubts about all these sports, and it's crazy that we were able to even get anything in.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of unrelated COVID crazy thing. Back at Christmas, one of my families that I went to Christmas with went bowling at the bowling alley, Eastway.
Right.
It was packed.
Jeez.
Packed. I was the only person wearing a mask in the entire building. Me and my immediate family members. There's probably at least 200 or 300 people in the Eastway. Every lane was full. There's people waiting for lanes. All the pool tables were full. It was packed. No masks.
Are we back?
That makes me upset.
Or are we back, or are we all going to die?
Oh. Well, probably a handful of them will. But
let's look up to 2021. It's going to be a good year.
No, I truly believe that 2021 will be the year that everything turns around. I really, really do. I think by 2021, I think the vaccine will get figured out. I think we'll get everybody back in health. Because here's how I'm going to determine, because things won't ever be normal again.
Right.
Establish that. But the thing that I'm going to include as normal is once they allow full capacity crowds. Once we have full capacity crowds, which I don't know when that'll be, that's when things will be normal again. And honestly, that's going to be a slow process. So let's just take every sporting event can have fans. Even if it's limited capacity, we can still have fans. That's when it'll be normal. Like hockey, no restrictions. Basketball, no restrictions. Soccer, football, everyone can come into the game, just limited capacity.
Well,
and then slowly work our way back into that full capacity stage.
I've seen some interesting things where people talking about them allowing fans who've gotten the COVID vaccine, if you can prove you got the COVID vaccine, you can go, and then they'd still probably live in capacity. But I think as the COVID vaccine is more widely distributed, I think we're going to get...
Yeah, and I think it will, 2021, as we go further along, it'll get more widely distributed, because everything I've been reading about it has been, like, solid. It's been no weird... Like, people say, like, it treats you no different than a flu shot. Like, I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. I'm also very optimistic. I'm trying to be an optimistic person this year.
I've known a handful of people who got it so far. My dad got it.
My mom got it because she's a healthcare worker, and she said, yeah, I feel fine. Like, I feel safer now with it. And if that's what it takes just to get the flu shot or the COVID shot and to feel more of that security, that, okay, you just get back to that stage.
I know the Bills, when they're doing fantasy playoffs this year. Yeah. I think everybody has to get rapid tested before they can come in.
Yes, every fan has to get tested before they. Like, I think they're doing it like a day or two before the actual game starts.
Well, I know there are new rapid tests on take 15, 20 minutes. So I assume they'll probably do. I don't know when they'll do it, but I assume they're going to try and get it done as close to game time as possible.
Well, right, they'll have to do it like hours before the game. Yeah. Which honestly, I am kind of surprised with the new idea of rapid testing, why they're not just allowing crowds and they just do the rapid test. You know what I mean? Like,
I think part of it is I assume it's expensive to do the rapid test.
Probably. Yeah, that's true. But I feel like I suppose they have lost a lot of revenue this year.
Plus the time it would take to rapid test
everybody
30,000 people in the stadium would be forever. Like, I know, I'm assuming 6,000 is going to take a lot of time.
Right.
I would wait in line of 5,000 people to get the rapid test.
I would too. Some people won't, though.
I know. And that's part of the problem, too, is some people won't get rapid tested.
Plus, it'll be looked at as like, wow, the NFL is using all these tests when they could be going to blank, blank, and blank.
Boy.
And I think it's partly a publicity thing, too.
I've also seen people like, well, I've heard people asking, why is the NFL got all this cool and like the spray tunnels and all that shit?
Yeah,
it's because they have money.
Yep.
The government doesn't care about you, but the NFL cares about the NFL teams.
Right.
Which, I mean, kudos to the NFL for actually caring about the people that are within that thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
because there's two different ways you can look at it. You can either look at it in that lens, why does the NFL have this when we can't? Or you can look at it like, wow, the NFL is really trying to do their best to take care of things.
Which is how I choose to look at it.
That's how I choose it.
Positive person. I love football. So,
bring it back.
I feel like we're slowly. I mean, we have record low. I mean, of course, there's probably going to be a spike because of Christmas and stuff, but we're at a record low for COVID, or at least in terms of positive cases in a day or in a week.
Yeah.
We're getting closer, I think. I am very positive about the year 2021.
We're getting somewhere, yeah.
We're getting somewhere. Baby steps.
Jumping back to 2020, though.
Sports-related 2020.
The only sport going on for like a month was Korean baseball.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember watching the Dinos.
I cannot pitch in because I did not watch any Korean baseball.
Wasn't there like a smaller basketball league that played for a little bit?
Yep, the TBT tournament.
Yeah,
or something like that. Yep.
I remember that too.
And there was the purple team. I don't remember their name, but they won it. I think that was kind of the start of bubble life.
Yeah.
But social justice became the forefront of everything.
Yeah. I think it doesn't like seem as crazy of a year, I think, because we live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Right.
I'm living in like Philadelphia, New York, Minneapolis, even any of these big cities have not only a lot more extensive shutdowns, but the riots and the protests and all this stuff. And
it's insane. Yeah.
Tearing down statues. And
we've kind of been like tucked away and hidden from most of it.
It's because everybody sees all the way.
Well, obviously.
We have a very low, diverse community. But even like our little protest that we had here, the march or whatever, I thought it was really solid. Then, of course, you had a couple idiots that, like, don't get it twisted, the people that ruined it at the mall was not the actual protesters. It was just people being stupid, just plain simple. But that's, actually, no, I'm actually not going to say this neither here nor there because that's just disgusting, and I think that's awful. So, it's been a crazy year in that regard. I'm not a politics guy, so I'm not going to get into that a whole lot. We're not going to get into it all because I'm a sports guy. I'm not a politics guy.
We can stray away from that.
Yeah, but no, and I think it's been really good to see these athletes, and people will criticize them for whatever reason. It's like, oh, well, they're not this and that.
Shut up and dribble.
Yeah, shut up and dribble. But then last I checked, they're still American citizens.
Right.
Yeah, they may not get treated. Here's how I always viewed it. Yes, they do not get treated like the average African American, and this is facts. Just because they're famous and they have money, and that's whatever. But why should we ridicule athletes for, instead of using their pedestal when we see them going to strip clubs or getting arrested, beating their wives, they can use their pedestal for some good,
right?
And stand up for the voiceless. Because athletes obviously have so much power. Athletes have so much power in America, not just in their respect, in America. So why not have their voices be heard and use their pedestal for good, whether their opinions are right, wrong, or indifferent? I admire an athlete that can do that can stand up and, risk scrutiny when they can just continue on with their life. They have a good life. They're playing a sport that they love for a living. They make good money doing it. They get women galore. They have good, healthy family, whatever. They risk scrutiny for the sake of other people. I will never ridicule an athlete for it, whether their opinions are right, wrong, or indifferent, whether what they do outside the basketball court, or if they do anything, it's whatever. But I don't know. I just think I just choose not to ridicule it.
Fair. And coming up here, the start of April marked WrestleMania.
It did.
Rob Gronkowski.
Two-part WrestleMania.
Two-parter.
Was that the one in Florida?
There was one, yeah.
Well, yep.
Well, it was supposed to be in Tampa originally, but it got moved to the Performance Center in Orlando.
The Undertaker faced AJ Styles in a Boneyard match,
which was
amazing.
The John Cena, Bray Wyatt, Firefly Funhouse match.
Amazing.
That should have been a 5-star match.
Edge, Randy Orton.
That was also a good match. I don't care what people say. I thought that was a good match.
That's basically all I remember.
Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre was a fun, hard-hitting
there we go.
main event. What they did is what you expect from a Brock Lesnar main event. It's just, just hard-hitting.
It was good.
Claymore. Just...
And then it was time for the Last Dance to take over the world. Joe Exotic, Last Dance.
The Last Dance came at such a perfect time because we just got done with the NFL draft, and it's like, what are we going to talk about in the world of sports? Let's talk about the life of Michael Jordan and the Bulls. It was so good. I love The Last Dance.
Persuade a lot of people to think Michael Jordan was the GOAT.
No, it didn't for me. Awesome. Here's the thing with documentaries. Documentaries are meant to make the protagonist look good. It's supposed to make Michael Jordan look good. No, don't get me wrong. Michael Jordan obviously is the second best basketball player of all time at bare minimum. At bare minimum, we're not going to debate that right now. Well, actually, Ethan's not here, so we're fine. Bare minimum, he is the second best player of all time. So all these things I feel like a lot of it we already knew about Michael Jordan, but then there's those crazy stories like Dennis Rodman,
right?
Scottie Pippen. I will admit, there are some things I learned about Michael Jordan that I had no idea about. Because obviously us in this room at least, we were not in that era of basketball.
Right.
So there was a lot of things we just didn't know. We think we know, but we don't actually know. It didn't change my opinion, but it definitely just was like, oh, damn, Michael Jordan was a big deal in the 90s. It made me truly understand why, because I was just always kind of like, oh, yeah, it's Michael Jordan, but what was the big deal of Michael Jordan?
Yeah, why was Michael Jordan, he's a great basketball player. Why was Michael Jordan
a god? Why was he a sports god? And watching that documentary, it's like, I get it.
Yep.
I get it now. I truly get it.
It was great.
It was awesome. It was great.
And now it leaves way for 1,000 other documentaries to be set the same way, and I can't wait.
Patiently waiting when I'm in my 40s and I can watch the LeBron. The 10-part documentary on LeBron. I am just patiently waiting until I'm 40 years old.
Will be exciting.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll live stream it right here on the podcast.
We will. We'll all get together. We'll all get together.
That will be a crazy time.
It will be a crazy time. It will be a good time.
The match kicked off. Peyton Manning and Tiger Woods.
It was so much fun. I enjoyed every second of it. I don't usually watch golf, but I enjoyed every second of it.
I remember that.
Well, it's when sports came back. It was like nothing was going. It was horse racing, Korean baseball, and the match.
I didn't watch any of that.
And NASCAR, but we don't watch NASCAR. We don't know if we consider it a sport.
Low-key, I've probably seen more NASCAR in my life than golf.
That is crazy. I've probably seen more golf than NASCAR. And I don't watch golf, so that tells you what I watch for. But, yeah, the match, there was a big year there. The bubble life decided to start coming up. The NBA, the WNBA, the MLS, the NHL.
All successful tournaments, by the way.
Yeah.
Between Major League Soccer, NHL, WNBA, and the NBA and all their bubbles. Does anyone want to guess how many COVID cases there were combined?
2.
Ben, do you want to guess?
10?
0. 0 COVID cases between the NHL, NBA, MLB, or not MLB, but like all the leagues that did the bubble, 0 COVID positive cases. That is incredible.
That is very incredible.
I know,
I'm watching it too. I'm trying not to watch it. I'm trying not to laugh at Step Brothers.
Osaka won the tennis open.
Didn't watch that.
It was a shocking event. Yep. Her husband, Naomi Osaka, won, and that was right after all the social justice stuff. It was a big deal that she won as an African American young woman, 23 years old, first Asian to also win, because she's an Asian African American. Crazy stuff. It was just awesome to see, like, the world of sports kind of make for it. She was also just named Female of the Year by
I didn't see that.
AP.
I thought that was fantastic.
So that's awesome. It's awesome. There are a couple finals, championships, World Series, all that stuff.
I remember these.
Yeah, LA taking the NBA and the World Series. Tampa Bay won the Stanley Cup.
Who won the MLS?
The Columbus Crew.
The Columbus Crew.
The Crew have been saved. They won the MLS Cup after they were supposed to move like 2-3 years ago. Did I ever tell you guys? Have I ever told you guys the story of the Columbus Crew?
No.
I have not. It is such a crazy story. It should be a 30 for 30 documentary. So 3, 4, no wait, 5,
7.
No, I'm just trying to think. So 3 years ago,
all right.
The Columbus Crew, which is one of the like MLS original 6, they're one of the first teams to be in Major League Soccer. They were on their way out. Their owner wanted a new stadium. They were like, I am not listening to anybody. I am moving this team to Austin, Texas. And for MLS fans, this was a big deal because like this would have been the equivalent of like the Bears moving or the Packers moving up shop. It's like that big of a deal to MLS fans.
Dang.
It's like you can't move this team. This is one of the original teams. You can't do this. They have their stadium, Matt Free Stadium, is the first soccer specific stadium in the United States. So they're kind of like America's team for soccer. So you can't move this team. So then starts the Save the Crew movement. # Save the Crew. And it wasn't just in Columbus. It was league-wide. It was international. Like there were literally international teams, like big European clubs, and there was like fans that had Save the Crew. NFL games. You would see like fans at so many like stadiums like that were like Save the Crew. Celebrities were hashtagging it. Like so many people were on this movement. There was like parades. There was people like Anthony Precourt was the owner's name. They were literally like keeping him up all. They were literally like banging drums and like doing chants outside of his house for like weeks to say don't move this team. There was like not riots. There was like mass amounts of people at the
they got his kids there, his wife.
That I am watching AEW right now.
Insane.
That's incredible.
They're doing
and
the 10 bell salute.
Oh, that's so sad. That's really sad.
Remember when the Chargers moved and everybody piled their shit out in front of the old stadium and burned it? And all
Yeah.
That was so funny. All their merch, their jerseys, and like something like a full ass like Chargers grill they threw on it.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so then the Crew, like, and then eventually it just got to this point where Precourt was like, okay, I obviously can't move this team. And then actually, like, government officials in Columbus stepped in. They were like, we're not allowing you to move this team. We refuse. You have to sell this team. There's a lawsuit, and they won. So then they were forced to sell the team. The Browns owner is actually now the owner of the Crew.
Really?
Yeah. Jimmy Haslam and his family, they bought the Crew like a week after the lawsuit ended. So then they, it was such a crazy thing. So he literally bought the team, he bought land, and the stadium was under construction all within a 2-week span. And they're actually opening up their new stadium this year in Columbus.
Nice.
Yeah, and they're going to open it up with a new banner. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's the Save the Crew movement. And it's funny because there's actually an expansion team this year, Austin FC, because they still got an expansion team because they actually already started construction on their stadium before they actually physically moved the team. Like, that's how ready he was to move. So now they get an expansion team, and Austin's already the most hated team in the league. And it's fun.
What's Austin's team name?
Austin FC. Their logo is a big tree, and it looks like shit. Actually, their logo's decent, but their uniforms are dog shit. And it makes me happy, because I hate Austin. Yeah. And they haven't even played a game yet.
I don't know, their logo's just a tree.
It's literally just a tree. Like, it's a cool-looking tree, but it's just a tree.
Could be worse.
It could be better. Their stadium looks pretty dope, though.
Yeah. Does look nice.
Yeah. But, that was the Save the Crew movement, and they rewarded their fans a couple years later by winning MLS Cup.
Amazing.
It's a cool story. It's got to be a 30 for 30, and if it's not, I'll direct it.
There you go.
So,
all right.
Josh Turner, how was the World Series?
Yeah, how was the celebration?
It was fun. You know, I got COVID right after it.
Yeah.
That didn't really stop me though from partying and stuff.
I know. Why would I? Just on the World Series.
They won the World Series.
Exactly.
It was fun.
It's crazy.
How excited are you for this upcoming season?
You know, I'm kind of getting used to not playing now, and I kind of like it.
I don't blame you.
Like, once I get into it, it'll be fine, but it's like, I'm like relaxed, my body doesn't hurt every day.
And honestly, you're probably partying so much to where it's like, oh, I just need a break.
Yeah.
All that partying you did, winning the World Series, paparazzi everywhere. I'm kind of surprised there's no one following you right now.
Yeah. That's what Sioux Falls. I can retreat back here.
Nobody
really knows who I am.
Right, they just know you as, just good old. They call you Ben for some reason. It's kind of
like the aliens.
Right, that's your Sioux Falls name. It's Ben Olsen. And I'm sorry we just exposed you on the pod, but
that's okay.
Yeah.
Not that many people listen to
Rip. Rip us, but that's a good meme.
So the football team decided after a ton of allegations, and all this stuff going on, that it was time to change the name.
I still think I saw a thing the other day that was like, how the NFL owners need to sit down and they cannot allow Dan Snyder to be an owner of this team.
They can't.
They need to band together, and this is like, and the NFL needs to do it too. I think it's unacceptable the fact that he's still the owner of this.
I 100% agree. I think this has to be a league-wide issue. I think it's a stain in the game. Like, I understand, like, if this is a one-year thing, but now Daniel Schneider's just there's a legitimate a thing where he might just stick it to the NFL and keep the name the Washington Football Team. You can't have that. I think that's ridiculous. Like, I understand it's funny for a year and it's whatever, but this is going to be the actual forever name of Washington. Absolutely not. And with everything that's been going on with Dan Schneider and how he's run this team to the ground, and it's just so.
The NFL needs to step.
But it's been such a year. Like,
a year where they can make the decision.
Think about it. I don't think of them as the Redskins anymore. I feel like that was like 10 years ago.
Right.
They're the football team.
Which honestly, I mean, that's good. I mean, because in theory, that's what, people that protest, that's what they wanted. They want us to forget the Redskins.
Right.
And it's going to happen. And now it's happened. I don't even really catch myself calling them the Redskins anymore.
The old whites in the booth call them the Redskins.
Yeah.
But, like, normal people, when I have conversations.
Older people in general, I've even seen old, like, Redskins legends, like, they'd even call them the Redskins because they're just not used to it.
But, like, I don't know. If I'm in a conversation, I use football team. I don't know.
And to be fair, though, if I played on the Redskins for 20 years, I would probably.
Well, right.
On the Redskins too.
Yeah,
but. They need to change the name. I actually do like their uniforms, though.
I love their uniforms.
So with their uniforms, they can work with that. Maybe add a few things. They can work with that.
I don't think they need to add anything.
Like that cool W they have. Throw that W like within the name, like Washington. What do you guys think they should name the team?
I like the Red Pants. That was my favorite one. Like when they still coming up.
Yeah, I like that. I think they could, as much as I hate to say it, I think they could keep football team. As much as I know,
No,
it just kind
change
of, it works. I don't know.
No, it's they got what they need to do is they need to change it to the Washington Warriors, and then
They can keep the W.
then they can keep the W. If it was that big of a deal to keep the Native American heritage in there, they can do that with the Warriors, and then spears on the helmets. Yes.
But then you're gonna get people. Warriors is obviously not nearly as bad as the Redskins, but it's not really that big of a step in the right direction, you know?
Well, no, but in theory, it's like, okay, well, because obviously Redskins was an offensive term to some people for understandable reason. Because there's a lot of, like, high school teams that use, well, like Washington Warriors, for example. We use them for an example. They have, like, a Native American, but they're called the Warriors, and I have heard no complaints about it.
Yeah.
No, and I understand.
They had to change their
logo.
They had to change their logo. Well, because it was the Redskins logo up until
last. Well, and here's the thing. That is why you don't use a Native American logo, because there have been teams that have had to change it. Like even my mom's old high school Brainerd, they're called the Brainerd Warriors. They had to change their logo because it was just a big Native American chief head. So they've had like, don't go. That would literally just make it like Washington Warriors have like a spear going through it.
I think that would be okay.
And just have like the spears. And it's not. I just don't think it's offensive because they're a literally team like the Seminoles. Like there's Native American things around a lot of these football teams, and there's no major cry to change it. The only one that's been a really big deal have been the Fighting Sioux for North Dakota.
Yeah.
Which I was a little upset that they changed it. Fighting Hawks just doesn't sound it right. But
isn't there an MLB team that was thinking about that?
The Cleveland Indians have officially announced this is the last year they're doing the Cleveland Indians, which I think is so okay, and not so. I think it's not as offensive, but I hate when people call them Indians because I think that's just a wrong term. Indians are people from India.
Yeah,
that's how I was raised. Native Americans is the proper term for it. Indians are people from India. That's how I was raised growing up. Like my grandma, my mom would never let me call them Indians. Like whenever we say Indians and Cowboys, my grandma was like, "They're not Indians. They're not from India." And I'm like, fair point.
That's how I grew up.
I know, like they're not Indians because Indians are people from the country of India.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm glad that the Indians are changing their name. When the Redskins change their name, I'm like, okay, like I get it. Like
Redskins is a derogatory term.
Right, yeah. It's a derogatory term, and if some people argue that it's not, okay, but who cares? It doesn't affect you. If you're not a fan of this team, why does it affect you? I'm a Rams fan. I don't care if they change their name.
Right.
Like, would I have cared if they kept it? I would not have, because it doesn't directly affect me, but to some people it does. And I'm a Rams fan, so it's
like it needed to be changed.
Yeah.
And
I honestly think it's just the start of the whole process of just clean slate. Get rid of the owner, get rid of everybody, get rid of the old teammate, just new team, new future, new direction, new everything.
Well, I think they're kind of started that without getting rid of Dan Snyder. They've changed the culture.
Yeah, no, and like not even, and like I know we like throw that term like, oh, there's a culture change. No, like there needs to be a legitimate change of the Washington football organization, of everything. Just they've been an embarrassment to the league for the last 20 years.
30 years.
30.
When was the last time the Washington football team was good? 70s and 80s?
This year.
Maybe a couple
2020,
right? And there's been a couple loose years in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, like with RG3, and there's like 1 year with Kirk Cousins they won the division. Like those years, and then they went back to mediocrity, borderline terrible.
In summary, the NFL needs to make Dan Snyder sell the Washington football team.
Yes. I mean, I don't think anybody, and honestly, except for Dan Snyder, would argue with that. They
honestly shouldn't even wait to even sell the team. Demote him out of it. And just do what the Clippers did. Get rid of, what was his name? The old Clippers owner who got in trouble for obvious reasons. But
Sterling or something.
Donald Sterling.
There we go.
Just get rid of him. He cannot be a part of this organization. We will run the team until someone buys it. We will do all the organizational stuff. Because realistically, if a team's up for sale, someone's going to buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Someone will. Like, you don't have to run. If you have to run through for the off-season, have the GM just do all the off-season typical stuff.
Well, I mean, they can just handle it like the Packers handle things until they get a new owner.
That's true. Exactly. Just do the president. And the Packers have been around. Yeah, have the president do his thing. The Packers have been around for 150 plus years.
Right.
Not 100. Well, not 100. 100 years a couple years ago. I think like 1917 was our first year.
Too long.
100 plus years of greatness. 100 plus years of greatness.
Worked fine for us.
Right, and they're one of the most recognizable brands in the NFL.
Yeah, and probably in the world.
Maybe not the world.
When you think of football teams, there's
Cowboys.
There's Cowboys and the Packers is what I think of. But that's also because I'm in South Dakota.
Honestly, for me, because I'm America. But if you're talking global, the only real big brands are like the Patriots and Cowboys, realistically.
I guess I don't live somewhere else.
I don't either, but that's just
fair.
me. That's just me doing research because I'm here.
So, and then just with the name change kicked in, the 2020 NFL season, we didn't even think we'd get there.
It's been a fun year.
Yeah.
With all the craziness, it's been a fun NFL year. I'm grateful we got this year because when this whole thing started, when we were doing this virtually, we were talking about we're going to be lucky we even get a season.
Right.
And despite a few hiccups here and there, which was expected with no bubble, they didn't have to cancel any. Didn't have to cancel any games. I thought the NFL has been handling this very, very well. So again,
outside of a couple instances.
Yes, like I said, a few hiccups.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows which ones we're talking about.
Yep, this last week, making Detroit play against the Buccaneers.
Making Cleveland play, making Denver play.
Yep.
And yet rescheduling some of these other games. Bad look for the NFL, but you kind of have figured
that's what it is.
All in all, they didn't have to cancel the games. I think the quality of the NFL has still been really solid. So, and Aaron Rodgers is going to win MVP.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
It's been a great season.
It's been a solid season.
Matt LaFleur back-to-back 13-3 seasons. Let's go.
So that would make in the regular season 26-6 as a head coach.
That is crazy to think how good Matt LaFleur is.
And so your overall record, if you guys win next year, he would be 27-7 as a head coach.
That's insane.
That's pretty good.
That's good for 2 years. You can say what you want about him having Aaron Rodgers, but
still. But yep. I was kind of putting a cap on 2020. We'll see it next year there. Wildness.
Well, it is still 2020. It still is 2020 sports going on.
That's true. The Padres making money moves.
The World Series, they are cracked right now.
So they got Blake Snell,
Yu Darvish,
and somebody else.
Yeah. This is Justin.
My boy Justin. He's cracked at Fortnite, my guy.
But yeah, Padres turned into scary.
Yeah, we all knew it was coming down between the Dodgers and the Padres this next upcoming year for the National League, and Padres are going to have the most stacked starting rotation in baseball, and they already have one of the best relief pitching in baseball. They already have sluggers all across the board. Mm-hmm. They have Manny Machado. They're going to have a guy who has a chance to win MVP next year, and Fernando Tatis, who should have been a finalist for MVP this year, but it's whatever. But, it's been Padres are good.
And there's talks of Trevor Bauer going there, too. Which would, holy cow.
They wouldn't even need him at that point. That was disgusting.
Right?
Trevor Bauer going there.
Oh, my God. It would be crazy. But we still don't know when baseball's coming back, but...
We don't. There hasn't been an official word yet.
2021?
Padres are winning.
When does baseball normally come back?
April, May.
Usually, I believe actually right around now, end of January, beginning of February, pitchers and catchers report. Pitchers and catchers usually report in February. Everyone else reports toward the end of the month, and then March is when they kind of do spring training, and then April is when they actually kick off the season.
Real quick about that 2 for 6.
Yeah.
I was not informed about that 2 for 6, and today somebody was bringing it up, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have the 2 for $6. That's Burger King. And then I ring it up, and it's 2 for $6. I'm like, wow. Feel like a dumbass.
On the boards at McDonald's, it says 2% pretty big.
Well, I haven't seen the boards because it just started. And I'm like, wow.
What are all on 2%?
Quarter pounder, Big Mac, 10-piece nugget, and fish fillet.
2 Big Macs for $6?
You do not pay $6 for 2 bags. Use McDonald's and you pay $4 fucking something now. You can buy them for free.
Exactly.
McDonald's,
Ben knows.
Buy 20-piece nuggets, 2 size fries, any size for free. You can get a 20-piece and 2 large fries for $5 at McDonald's.
Ben knows what's up.
Use the McDonald's app, people.
I wish you'd be a more spokesman for that. I try to get people like with the iced coffees and all that stuff too.
Burger King also is doing an app. On Wednesdays, I can get a Whopper and a 10-piece at Burger King for $2.48.
That's awesome.
Downloading McDonald's app now, guys.
There you go.
I'm also hungry, so I kind of want to do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry too.
Now, do I have to do delivery, or can I just show up with the app at the store?
Show up with the app and
yo, this is my app. Boop.
Or you do curbside pickup.
Oh!
You just put the number of the parking spot you're in.
What? Curbside?
Yes. I do hate it, though. I do not like going outside.
We do curbside pickup for Target. It's my least favorite thing on the planet.
Jonathan Taze is out.
He is.
Yeah,
worst timing because Brendan's not here.
It's indefinitely with an unfilled.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I'm like, what's going on there?
Well, unfortunately, I don't know anything about it at the moment.
I don't either.
I have not been paying very much attention to hockey.
Me neither. Starts January 13th.
It does. I will be
Saw the ad for it the other day.
Right. I will be excited when it starts, but I have not been in touch with you.
I'll watch half a game, and then we'll be like, on to the postseason.
I'm just ready for the Wild to be bad. So I'm just gonna
Jersey Shore is still a thing?
I guess.
That is crazy.
Gotta make them win somehow.
Right before we get to Week 16, we'd like to send a rest in peace to John Huber.
Yes.
Luke Harper, a.k.a. Brody Lee.
Otherwise known as Luke Harper from the White Family.
Crazy. He kind of died out of nowhere.
Very much out of nowhere.
How old was he?
41.
41.
Was it cancer? Or
So it was a non-COVID related health thing, but it was like something with his lungs, right?
Yeah.
Like he didn't have cancer. It was just something he had, I guess. I don't know.
He was on wrestling. He was on AEW, and then he lost to Cody Rhodes at a pay-per-view for the championship, and he kind of went off TV. But it was like it wasn't like mentioned, and it was kind of just, oh, he's off TV because he lost.
Yeah.
He'll come back. But he ended up he was in the hospital like for a month.
Really?
It wasn't disclosed or anything because family life, privacy, and all that. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he died. It is crazy. It's like this. I think it's this probably on
Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas.
The 23rd. So Christmas Eve.
Damn.
It was crazy because I was like, it's probably the second most I've seen on somebody since Kobe's death.
Yeah.
It's like Kobe's death, and like in the wrestling community, it's different, but there
hasn't really been a death this shocking in wrestling since.
I was thinking, I don't want to say it was Chris Benoit and stuff,
Right.
but I mean, that's about it.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior. That's who it was.
Right, but the thing is with the Ultimate Warrior, the Ultimate Warrior was crazy because if you remember, he gave like a really arousing speech.
Yeah, on that Monday, and died on Tuesday.
And died literally the next day. So in that terms, it was crazy. But this guy was still wrestling.
Right, it's insane.
Like he was getting at his peak with AEW. He was one of their top guys. Like shit's crazy.
And now they're having a remembrance show on AEW, and it's pretty awesome.
It is awesome. They signed his son.
Yeah.
And he'll become a wrestler when he's of age.
His son beat Kenny Omega for the championship in an unofficial match.
He did?
Yep.
Okay.
Big wrestling fan his son is. And I mean, it makes sense if your dad was a professional wrestler, you're going to... But, yeah, so we just want to send a shout out to their family. Crazy stuff. Moving on, Week 16.
Yeah.
The NFL.
Only 1 week left.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Not going to lie.
This year?
Gonna miss it. I'm already missing it, and it's not gone.
Yeah.
And this week is also crazy because it was Christmas week. I didn't watch as much football as I normally do either.
I just watched the
And I don't.
Very pissed about these games. Very upset.
I was upset at so many games this week. You don't even know.
I stopped watching the Colts Steelers game to watch the game.
That game pissed me off. First of all, Colts should have won.
Yeah.
Mad at that. The Browns lost. I wasn't mad at that. I was like, classic Browns.
Well, they had no receivers. I mean, Baker did fumble 3 times. That's inexcusable. That's the issue.
I saw a jab at the head coach because they're like, why is if Baker's no receiver, why did he take 53 passes?
Right, why not give it to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt?
You have 2 top 10 running backs in your backfield.
Yeah, why not?
Why couldn't you run against the Jets?
Right. When you have a top offensive line in the league, there's no excuse on that regard.
Yeah.
So it's
I am also asking Kevin Stefanski that.
Yeah.
Like Nick Chubb is probably a top 5 running back, and Kareem Hunt's not that far up on the list.
No.
Right.
And if he's not top 10, he's top 15.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, if he turns top 10, I think he has a chance to be in that category.
Yeah, I would be hard pressed to name.
I think he's better than Zeke right now.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be hard pressed to name 10 running backs better than Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, it'd be a hard task.
How can they do it? That's crazy. They have his son in the front row. It's so like I don't know. There's something about it. So week 16 started out with the Saints killing the Vikings.
Yeah.
But I mean, was it really a killing because the Vikings scored 33 points?
I slowly watched my solidarity in 4th place grow ever so mightily for every Kareem Hunt touchdown. Or Alvin Kamara touchdown. Every single time he scored, it's like, ooh. Yeah. After the 3rd one, I'm like, oh, come on, I need a big week. 4th one, I'm like, I'm not going to win, am I? And after the 5th and 6th, I'm like, I went from the 1 seed to finishing 4th.
So
Lily, don't play the rest of the games. We know what's going to happen.
I would have 6 touchdowns.
Record-setting day.
Tied for the most ever in a game. Taysom Hill had a 1-yard touchdown. If Kareem Hunt would have had that, he would have had the record.
It is annoying because it annoys me how much Sean Payton gets a hard one for Taysom Hill. It makes me so upset.
Yep.
Give it to Kamara, let him and then set him up for the record. It freaking annoys me, dog. Why do you have to give Taysom Hill that? He doesn't need that. He was starting quarterback for a few weeks. God, I hate the Saints. This whenever I feel good whenever there's something I can feel good about the Saints, they always fuck it up somehow because I hate the Saints. I was actually genuinely feeling good for Alvin Kamara. Like, this guy went through a shit ton of injuries last year. Everyone was saying how he's like, oh, is he overrated? No, he's a top 5 running back in football. And he scored 6 touchdowns. I was like, damn, I want to get the record.
Damn, you're right about Oklahoma.
What's that?
You're right about Oklahoma. They just picked 6 Kyle Trask.
Ooh. They're balling right now.
The Jags secured the first pick in the draft.
Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, and with a win.
And are the Dolphins going to be the top 5?
The Dolphins
They are.
have claimed
Texans.
the top 5 pick is the Houston Texans. As of now, the Dolphins, who might go 11-5, have the 3rd overall pick.
Gotta love Bill O'Brien. Isn't that awesome? And the Dolphins are a playoff team almost. Well, you can't say it yet, but they're basically a playoff team. It's insane.
So to be fair, Bill O'Brien was not as worse than better. Landon is still a good tackle.
Yes.
Right? But
it just, I think they expected to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Right.
But then again, I feel like when you trade DeAndre Hopkins for a bag of chips and an old running back. Yeah. But
that guy has
here's an interesting question. What does Miami do with that 3rd overall pick? Do they trade down? Do they use that pick? What do they do?
I could see them trade down. Otherwise, I think if they go out and grab, like, who's the Alabama receiver? Devonta Smith, or I know there's a couple really good offensive linemen.
Well, the crazy thing is they don't need nothing, like insanely top 5.
I have a fun theory.
I think trading down makes a lot of sense to help Tua. You trade down with a team who wants a quarterback at that 3rd spot, which there's going to be teams who are
right.
If I have to take a shot in the dark, I think it's going to go Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. But if Justin Fields doesn't go 2.
Which there's realistic talks that Zach Wilson can go ahead of Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Realistic talk.
Yeah. The new whatever is.
And now people are wondering if the Jets are going to trade down.
Yep.
I have a fun theory that none of you guys are going to like, but I want to introduce it to the table.
As long as it's not Justin Fields going to the Broncos like people are trying to say.
Would you not want Justin Fields to the Broncos?
I don't want any Ohio State quarterback to any team.
That's true. Okay. Here's something fun to introduce. So Tua Tagovailoa.
No, I knew you were going to go here.
Has been benched multiple occasions for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
God, I hate that you're going there.
I understand that he is a rookie. But there have been points in the year where he's been playing so bad, they had to throw Fitzpatrick in there, and he's been playing better when he gets in there.
I've actually seen this on Twitter with people talking about this.
Yeah, I have too.
I've seen it on Twitter. I've read about it on sports radio, all of it, and I'm sold on it.
I'm not. Give Tua a chance.
No, here's the thing. This is what I will do. Let's give Tua a chance against Buffalo. Because here's what's going to happen. They're going to play Buffalo. If Tua Tagovailoa plays bad and he gets benched again in a must-win game, here's what you're thinking of as Brian Flores. I'm looking across the sideline right now. I see one of the future stars of the NFL in Josh Allen. I have to play this guy twice a year when we don't even know what we really have with Tua, and in a league where things happen quick. And I am no longer on myself sold on the narrative of, we have to give a quarterback time. Do you really do you need to anymore? Because we look at some of the best quarterbacks we have in the league right now, or that have come out of the draft in the last few years. Right out of the gate, first year, they look like stars. Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow this year look like stars in the NFL. Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes' first year as a starter is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Right, but it's not. It wasn't his first.
No, but his first year starting.
Right,
he was a star.
It wasn't his. It's not. He didn't start off the year either. He was thrown in there week whatever.
I think that.
Right, but the thing is, though, but Mahomes, even when he played against Denver, he looked really good in his actual rookie year. But then, and even on top of that, you have guys like Lamar Jackson, who was an MVP in his second year. In his first year, he showed a lot of promise. There have been guys like Andrew Luck. There have been guys like, we'll even go back to Aaron Rodgers when he first actually started. Look at him now.
Yeah.
We are now seeing a time where quarterbacks don't need time anymore. They show for Josh Allen even. There were struggles, but he showed the promise in his rookie year with his strong arm, his athletic ability. He showed that promise. We're seeing all these talents in the NFL show promise in their first year as a starter. In their first year, Justin Herbert didn't play right away. He was announced to start 5 minutes for the game, 10 minutes for the game, and he balled out and should have beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So that for me is interesting to where, you know what, do we really have to be sold on this idea where we have to just wait for this quarterback? No, let's take the bull by the horns. With Brian Flores as your head coach and with how cracked this defense is, you will never ever have a top 10 pick again with Brian Flores. So you're going to say something.
I love this because there are a lot of teams that might not get a good draft pick who want a quarterback. What if Miami goes out and they trade with the Patriots? They trade with football teams if they make the playoffs.
Right.
They get another first-round pick this year.
Mm-hmm.
They go out and get the
exactly.
16th.
And that's the thing, too. And then you have candidates that are going to want Tua because it's like, well, he's only a rookie. We'll take him. You didn't even get a first-round pick for Tua. That's what I'm saying. Especially how desperate teams are going to be for a quarterback, so you can use that for your opportunity. So not only will you have 3 first-round picks potentially. You could get a quarterback, you could get a wide receiver to help them, and someone on the defense or the offensive line.
Yeah.
So you have this opportunity. You'll never get a pick this good again. And, Tua's done some decent things, but overall, he's not been looking that great. They're winning games, but that's because Brian Flores is an amazing coach and their defense is fantastic. And they have talent on the offensive side. They have Myles Gaskins. Holy crap, that guy's good. Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki. They have some talent on the offensive side. And the fact that Ryan Fitzpatrick's out playing them in a lot of moments, I think it'd be really interesting if Miami trades Tua and they go out and get a quarterback.
I came with the team. I know who's going to trade for it.
The Broncos?
Sean Payton.
Oh, my God.
The Saints.
No, because I love Tua. I would
Taysom's not the answer. Bring Tua in. Get him under Drew Brees. Get him a year under Drew Brees.
And another thing, too, is we have to consider with Miami, there's going to be more pressure for their quarterback to see right away because the Jets are going to get a guy. They're going to get Justin Fields or Zach Wilson or somebody. And then on top of that, the New England Patriots are going to need to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much pressure for them to succeed right away, especially when the two best quarterbacks in the draft class are both in the AFC, and Joe Burrow, before he got hurt, was amazing. Justin Herbert, he's the second runner. He's the runner-up to Rookie of the Year. At worst, he's the runner-up because he is either winning it or he's finishing second. Yeah. It's Justin Jefferson or Justin Herbert for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Justin Herbert, who just broke the rookie touchdown record for quarterbacks.
I think he would.
I give my vote to Justin Jefferson, but, like, I get it. Give it to the quarterback. I get it.
That's why I'm giving it to Justin Jefferson, somebody different than the quarterback.
And I think with Justin Jefferson's also having historically just as good of a year.
Randy Moss type of year.
Baby Moss?
Yeah.
My favorite nickname in the NFL, Baby Moss.
Anyway, Sean Payton is going to trade for Tua.
I'm not sold on your whole... It's time to get rid of Tua at all.
You do not have to be. I am just throwing it out there. If I am Miami and if I'm Brian Flores, I introduce the conversation. Like, I get it. Again, it is a rookie quarterback. He's done some things good. I get it. But there's nothing that I've seen out of Tua that is, like, groundbreaking. Like, this guy's going to be a star. Whereas opposed to all these other young quarterbacks we've seen, Kyler Murray even, another guy who's been looking like a young star. Like, this guy's going to be a star. I haven't seen that with Tua.
Where's Tua coming from?
What's that?
What college did Tua come from?
Oh, college doesn't matter.
No, what college did he come from?
Alabama.
Okay, so it's not Ohio State.
It's not Ohio State.
We have something to work with.
Right.
Brian Flores is taking... I feel like he's almost not giving Tua the chance to in those crunch moments.
And I understand that.
He takes Tua out and puts in Fitzmagic every time.
And yes, and I have seen that. Like, he has not been giving ample opportunities to see what he can do in those big situations. But when you're a team fighting for a playoff spot, like when you're a football team and you're actually winning games, when your roster believes that you can actually win and get to the play. We were watching Step Brothers. It just collapsed. The bunk bed just collapsed. So much room for activities. So, but
I think a team who might make the playoffs this year, it'd be interesting because I think Tua for like that 25 to 30 pick, I think that's probably good value for Tua. Look, I think the Saints could trade for him. Tampa Bay, how long? We got one more year Brady.
Yeah. They got to think about it. There's a lot of teams need a quarterback, and you could get a first-round pick for Tua.
But there's so many quarterbacks that are going to be available, and all of them are at the same level.
Yeah, but I'd rather trade for Tua than Matt Ryan or Matt Stafford.
Yep, I would rather take Tua than a guy like Mac Jones or even like Jamie Newman.
That's fair. I would put Tua in probably top 5 quarterback class this year if he was coming out in this class.
Yeah, but it's probably not going to happen because I understand that you don't want to bail on your top 5 pick right out of the gate. I totally get that. But
Josh Rosen, right? That's what everybody thinks.
Arizona was picked to do it.
It worked out for them.
But I don't know.
Yeah, so I get it, they don't, but I think they should. I think they should get a guy like Zach Wilson or Justin Fields or even Trey Lance. There's a lot of good athletic quarterbacks out there. Tua's not overly athletic, and the NFL is obviously heading that direction, so you can get a guy like Justin Fields or Trey Lance that are mobile, can move, can keep the plays alive with their legs. And it's a really stacked wide receiver class. You can get a wide receiver. And if you get another pick with Tua, it's a really stacked tackle draft, so you can give him protection.
I like it. Anyway, moving on to Week 16. We went out on a tangent there for all you listening. We're still talking about Week 16.
Yes, I just had to introduce it.
We're talking about the draft.
But again, let's see how Tua does against Buffalo this week.
That actually kind of covers it because Miami talking was on there.
Oh, there you go.
We're still talking about, so there we go.
Yeah, crazy ending to that game. But
yeah. Terrible execution by John Gruden.
Get the Raiders fuck out of town. That's all I care about. Raiders suck. Kansas City.
Yeah, they struggled.
Man, they've struggled the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Mahomes hasn't been playing, like, he hasn't been playing, like, out of his mind.
No.
I guess he's not.
He hasn't played bad,
no,
but...
it's been bad. It's just... It's not the Chiefs that we just
not playing in the league level. I mean,
no.
He's throwing like 1 or 2 picks every game. What was the fucking Seattle's final score? 17-14?
Yeah.
17-14 is the Falcons.
And the only reason they won that game is because A.J. Terrell dropped an interception, and their Pro Bowl kicker just happened to miss a kick.
Yep.
He was perfect all year until that one.
Yeah.
Yep. It's crazy. And not to not give credit to the Falcons, because the Falcons in the second half of the season have turned it on.
Oh, yeah. The Falcons, they had most 17 points.
Right.
Realistically, the Falcons, if they would just close out games, the Falcons should be in that running for a wild card spot.
Yeah. So it's funny because I think we do talk about this every year. Why are the Falcons so bad? They're a good team.
Right. Because they are always a good team. They're just... It takes them too long to get going. They need a basketball schedule,
right.
Not a football schedule.
The Bills won.
Bills did win. They are the only team I think that can beat Kansas City legitimately in the AFC. I think they have a really good shot too. I would love to see the Bills in the Super Bowl. I would love it. Nothing would make me happier. Because I know the Rams aren't going to do it. We may not even make the playoffs. We'll get to that later. But I would love to see Buffalo in the Super Bowl. I think they have I look at Buffalo and I'm like, this is a Super Bowl team. I was off on them early in the year, but as the season goes along and Josh Allen has been getting better and better and better, and I'm like, okay, this guy's looking like a legitimate star quarterback. Legitimately, this guy's a star.
Here's what scares me. I think the Bills are the only team that can beat the Packers. And I want Aaron Rodgers to win the Super Bowl. That's the only thing. Right.
If it came down to the Bills and Packers, they have to for the Bills.
Right? And that's the problem.
That fan base is going to do so much.
I just couldn't handle that. That great Super Bowl. But I just don't know if I could personally handle it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But both teams did look quite in control of their destiny.
Packers cursed off.
Oh, my God.
And that's a team that some people, Brendan, could go to the Super Bowl. If that's the standard for Super Bowl contenders to some people, or the Titans,
it proved my thoughts of the Titans aren't as good as people are saying they are.
Their defense is horrendous.
I've seen the Packers put in amazing. 40 points, 0 punts, 0 penalties.
Yeah.
Packers play lights out.
Packers literally played the perfect game.
Rodgers has more touchdowns this year than we've punted this year.
That's insane.
Rodgers...
This Packers offense is on another level right now. Another level of good.
And the Packers defense has stepped it up too now.
Yeah.
Darnell Savage since week 10 is not even the highest rated safety. He's allowed a 2 passer rating, has 4 interceptions, and has allowed not a single completion.
He has a completion percentage, so it's only 29%. It's insane. I saw that stat.
Yeah.
I saw that stat, actually.
Since week 10, he's been on fire. The whole Packers team has been on fire.
Yeah, the Smith brothers are killing it.
Zadarius Smith is like second or third league in sacks.
Alright, then I'm going to go to PFF, so you guys just keep talking. I just want to see how many Packers are just chilling.
But it's crazy, because, you think about it, we brought up early when the Packers, who'd they lose to? The Buccaneers, was it? The Bucks. The Packers, they're too iffy. I don't think they're an iffy team at all anymore.
I don't think so either.
The Packers?
Yeah.
Nope, they're...
I think they're set.
They're my pick to go to win the NFC.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of the Packers, Aaron Rodgers as taking the lead in MVP for the first time. He's been my MVP all season since Russ decided he wanted to throw 27 interceptions.
I think Devontae Adams should be running for Offensive Player of the Year. He is just the third player in NFL history to have 100 catches, 17 touchdowns, and 1,300 yards. He joins Chris Carter and Randy Moss to do so, and he's played 3 less games than those 2 players.
Well, and that's the crazy thing. See, so in that conversation for Offensive Player of the Year, I have... If you're not giving it to a quarterback, right?
I feel like that's why they have Offensive Player of the Year.
Right.
Give it to a quarterback.
I have a couple guys, right? Because you could go with Derrick Henry. You could go with Travis Kelce. I think that's who I think it's going to be. Or you could go with Stephon Diggs, or you can go with Devontae Adams. Or Dalvin Cook.
If you want Devontae Adams' averages of those games, Devontae Adams would be at 130 catches, 1,700 yards, and 20 touchdowns. He's already at 17.
Yeah. All right, so Aaron Rodgers, by the way, is the top-ranked quarterback in PFF.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Devontae is the top wide receiver, and David Bakhtiari, I think, is still the top 10.
Yep, Devontae Adams is the top receiver. Not too far behind is Justin Jefferson.
Hey.
At number 2.
And Jair Alexander is just barely behind Xavier Howard. It's by 0.2 or 0.3.
Oh, my God, guys. The D'Amelios are gonna be on MVP or on MTV.
Wow.
On New Year's Eve.
I now have to stop everything I'm doing to focus on this. I have to stop.
TikTok is taking over. Did you watch AJ Dillon on the Pat McAfee show today? Or yesterday?
Every Tuesday. So
It was great. It was great.
AJ Dillon, the first Packer in the NFL, first Packer in history to have 120 yards and 2 TDs.
That's awesome. I don't think he's a bust.
Corey Lindsey's the top center.
I think he was a good
Still
pick.
top center. Corey Lindsey hasn't played in 4 weeks.
Yeah,
Actually, he was back against the
he was back.
He was back.
They made a big point about it.
Elkin Jenkins made a Pro Bowl, and he is the most versatile offensive line in the league.
Yeah, he's played every position.
David Bakhtiari is barely in second place behind Trent Williams.
But I saw Elkin Jenkins. Like Elkin Jenkins is all offensive lineman. He was like top 20 rated against all offensive linemen. He started at center. He started at right tackle. He started at left tackle, and he started at his guard position. He's played every fucking position on the line. And he's so good. He's allowed 1 sack this year. He's played 4 positions.
And I feel like he's not getting talked about. Like he gets talked about on the shows that I watch because I watch the Pat McAfee show, who are secretly Packers fans. But like if you like go to ESPN and all that stuff, you don't hear about that.
Elkin Jenkins is probably our most underrated player. Him or Darnell Savage, who's been balling out recently. Both him and Rashawn Gary, all their first round picks from that year, have been great.
It's insane.
Top safety, Adrian Amos is 4th,
Yeah.
and Darnell Savage is 8th.
Yeah, they're both top 10. I saw that the other day too.
And then linebackers are just 18.
Linebackers probably not. I mean, because I don't think they count edge rushers. I think that's what they count Zadarius Smith as.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have Christian Kirksey somewhere in there. He had a pick.
Yeah, because they have interior and edge defenders.
Edge defender is there. Yeah. Rashawn Gary's been playing good though.
The top interior defender is Aaron Donald.
Are we
What?
surprised?
Aaron Donald?
The best defensive player in football. Even though TJ Watt's winning decoy, but that's okay. Khalil Mack is the top edge rusher. Things are normal again. Zadarius Smith is 15th out of
Zadarius Smith is like 3rd in sacks. He's like 14 or 15 sacks here already.
Yeah, my guy's a straight baller. Where do kickers land here?
Mason Crosby, I think, is either still perfect or he's missed 1 this year.
I think he missed 1.
I think Mason Crosby could have been the NFC Pro Bowl kicker.
Not that it matters, but J.K. Scott is the 4th ranked punter.
Who's number 1?
It is
John Fox?
Jack Fox from Detroit.
Jack Fox. That was a good pick.
You know what? That's the worst punter in the NFL?
Dan Bailey by a long shot.
Punter.
Oh, punter.
Kicker rankings for some reason.
Weird.
I don't know.
Lieutenant Colquitt from Minnesota.
Oh, well, not surprising.
Johnny Hector's having a down year. He's ranked 20th.
Where's Colts guy? What is the Colts guy name?
The punter?
Yeah.
Like Rodrigo Sanchez.
There you go, the one that had cancer.
Yeah.
Big comeback story. That's cool.
Rodrigo Sanchez and Rodrigo.
Yeah, Rodrigo Blankenship. Love him.
I saw a meme the other day of J.K. Scott was shoveling in the Titans game. He's trying to keep his job. He's played like 3 times in the last 3 games or something. He's keeping his job. He's got a shovel.
He's trying to actually
awesome.
trying to earn his pay.
Yeah.
That would be nice to be a punter on a team like that.
Yeah, how awesome would it be to be J.K. Scott? You don't have to do anything. Just stay warm, watch Aaron
He really
Rodgers.
sat on the bench last week. He's not.
Yeah. Sit and watch football.
I think he did hold the extra points, but
There you go.
It's true. So he has to hold a couple. Just boom, boom.
Go out there for a couple plays. What else happened? The Browns without wide receivers struggled immensely against the Jets and
It was a bad game by Baker, 3 fumbles, bad coaching by Kevin Stefanski. Such a bizarre game. Kyle Trask has thrown 3 interceptions.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't like that.
Did you have another game this season where he threw a couple of interceptions? And everybody's like, oh, he's out of the Heisman race.
LSU, I think. Or the game before that.
Well, he's already a finalist, so they can't take that away, but he's certainly not winning it.
No.
Brendan, that was another Brendanism. Kyle Trask is winning.
Steelers first to the North. I didn't think they were going to do it. I thought this was the end of the Steelers.
Right.
Browns winning the North. I think they're going to get bounced in the first round. They're going to play a good defense, and Big Ben's going to go.
Steelers are good in the second half. They're benching like half their players this week.
Oh yeah, I saw that
against the Browns.
It doesn't really matter if they win this week.
Because they don't have the number one anyway.
Miles Garrett, revenge game against Mason Rudolph.
That's what I was telling Sweeney. I was like, so.
Is Mason Rudolph playing this week?
Yeah, he's starting. Rest Big Ben.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter if Steelers win or lose. It doesn't affect the playoff position. So
they're
that's the North and AFC North. So.
Well, right. What about seeding?
I think it is.
Oh no, it doesn't matter because the Bills beat them. So no, because then let's say the Bills lose and the Steelers.
I think if the Bills lose, they have the same record.
Oh yes, you're right. So it doesn't.
The 3 seed round.
Okay, then yeah, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all.
But good second half by the Steelers. Horrible first half. Colts broke my heart there at the end. Not their fault. But it is what it is.
Yeah. I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Like Pittsburgh won.
I watched the last 2 minutes. I was like,
all thought they were going to lose.
We were hoping they would lose too, I think. Seattle to clinch the West.
Yeah.
I kind of expected there. I was expecting a better game though.
I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, I thought the Seahawks might not win the West, but then the Rams lost to the Jets.
That's fair. Yeah, that's kind of what did it for me too. Yeah, they're in a playoff match this weekend.
Mm-hmm. They are fighting for playoff lives without Jared Goff.
Yeah, I mean,
without Cooper Kupp, and Darrell Henderson, and Kim.
Blessing in disguise. Right.
So we're not going to win. So again, go back.
I think you forgot to mention all the players.
Yeah. So here, I am done with Jared Goff. I want him gone. I understand that they have a lot of money tied to him. I understand we don't have a first-round pick. I understand that we
for a first-round pick.
I can't. Oh, no one's going to give a first-round pick for Jared Goff. I wish.
Get a second-round pick for Jared Goff.
I understand, but we need first-round picks. If we want a good quarterback in this year's draft, which we're realistically not going to get, we're just going to have to hope that some guy falls that we like enough. And the problem is we can't tank next year because our defense is too good to tank. And Jared Goff and Sean McVay are good enough. Well, Sean McVay is a great coach, but Jared Goff is good enough to not be the worst team in the league.
You might need to trade your best player to tank.
Aaron Donald?
Traded for Tua and like all Miami's first-round draft picks.
I have mentioned it so many times, and everyone says I'm crazy. But if we want to move in the right direction,
I totally get it too, because there's so many teams who just tread in mediocrity. Like they're 6-9 and 8-8. They're not bad by any means, but they need to.
The Rams,
to be good, you just need to clean house.
The Rams have.
That's what the Broncos did, and look where it got us.
The Rams have an elite defense, elite coach, elite weapons.
They're still building.
A very, very good offensive line, a solid running game. It is painfully obvious what is holding us back from being a legit Super Bowl team, and it is Jared Goff.
It's quarterback.
So it's the quarterback, the most important position on the field. So I do not care how it happens. I do not want Jared Goff starting on my football team next year. I understand that we probably will not get a pick this year. We may have to tank next year or hope that there's a guy that ends up being really good that can fall or something. I can't do Jared Goff anymore. I can't do it.
Trading for a veteran quarterback.
Andy Dalton.
Matt Stafford?
Yes.
Matt Ryan?
Even better. Get him Matt Ryan because Matt Ryan has a crazy contract. It just fits it.
I just don't really care how they do it. I understand there's a lot of money and logistics and draft picks and tanking. I don't care. I don't want Jared Goff to be a quarterback anymore. I've seen it.
Yes, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
It's crazy. You know, of all the teams Fitzpatrick has been to, his career has not gotten that bad to where he's been a Brown.
Yeah, I saw that on the Ryan
Fitzpatrick is my honorary Hall of Fame guy.
I think he makes Hall of Fame.
I don't think he will, but he should.
He does not have the career after.
I think it's just because of the journey, man.
Giggles. He should be in the Hall of Fame for nothing but pure fun.
Does Ryan Fitzpatrick have any playoffs?
He's never made the. No. Okay, here's the thing. Ryan Fitzpatrick this year. This will be the first year that he makes the playoffs if they win.
Wow.
He has never been in the playoffs, ever. Not even as a backup. He's never made the playoffs. But this can be the first year. That's why I want Fitzpatrick to start, win the game, get there.
What years was Fitzpatrick drafted? Or was he for you?
Fitzpatrick was drafted a long time ago. I would have to
was it 04 with Rodgers? Is he the same class as Aaron Rodgers?
Can you guys guess what college he went to?
Harvard.
He did go to Harvard.
He did. He's a smart dude.
I think don't quote me, I might be wrong. I think it's 04. I think it's Rodgers' class.
2005, you were a year off. He was picked 250 by the St. Louis Rams.
Back to the Rams. Rams reunion.
He has played for the Rams, Bengals, Bills, Titans, Texans, Jets, Bucks, Dolphins. Career accolades: two-time Ivy League champion, one-time Ivy League Player of the Year, first team All Ivy League.
College.
I know, that's just...
It's just got a lot, so...
Passing attempts over 5,000, completions over 3,000, a 60.7% completion percentage, 223 touchdowns, 169 INTs. He will surpass 3,500 passing yards. He does have a passer rating of 82.3.
That doesn't sound like a Hall of Fame.
No, he's not a Hall of Famer.
I'm not looking at stats when I'm talking about him making the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame Commission does.
We don't care about the Hall of Fame Commission. Come on.
The Hall of Fame
Not
committee,
to me.
The Hall of Fame committee, they should just put him in for, there's going to be a one bad year of just, oh man, none of these guys are really Hall of Fame worthy. Oh, this next Hall of Fame class is...
Isn't this one the one with Peyton Manning and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Woodson. Yeah, you have to look it up.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That is insane.
It's whack.
What else happened? The NFC East, man.
It's a mess, and I love it.
How can there be a year when we could see the Cowboys in the playoff?
Of all the BS,
Andy
the Cowboys
Dalton
could win the NFC East.
I would shoot myself. Not really, but oh my God, I can't handle it. The Cowboys fans were finally starting to, simmer down, quiet themselves.
And then they win 2 games.
I hate it. Now they're acting like they're going to win the fucking Super Bowl. And I'm like, oh my God, get the fuck off of what you're on.
It's just leave them boys, right?
With that being said, I hope the Eagles...
Imagine being the only team that can't win the NFC East.
These are the semifinals. Charles Woodson's on there. Peyton Manning's on there.
Jared Allen, Rondé Barber, Tony Baselli. I'm just naming some of the main.
Zach Thomas is on there.
Rodney Harrison, Torrey Holt, Calvin Johnson, John Lynch, Peyton Manning, Clay Matthews Jr.
Senior.
That's junior.
Yeah, they have junior.
Oh, yeah, because Clay Matthews is the third. Yes.
Yeah. Richard Seymour, Fred Taylor, Zach Thomas, Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne, Patrick Willis, Charles Woodson, Darren Woodson, and Bryant Young. Oh, my God.
Skip Sam Mills, but Sam Mills is one of my favorite players all the time.
Sam Mills, Eric Allen, Leroy Butler, Alan Fanenka, Gold Demote's first year of eligibility, Jared Allen, Calvin Johnson, Peyton Manning, and Charles.
And I feel like all 4 of those are locks, right?
Good thing.
Oh, yeah. Sam Mills, when he was the coach of the Panthers, he died of cancer, and he would wake up, go to chemotherapy, go to practice, go to chemotherapy, do team meetings, and he did every single day up to 3 days up to he died. He actually gave the speech that came up with their slogan, "Keep Pounding." That was his thing.
Really?
That's crazy.
He was also a linebacker for the Saints in their really good defense.
Huh.
And actually, really cool. There's a documentary on him. It was really good. He didn't enter the league until he was almost 25 because he was only like 5'7" and 200 something pounds. He was really small for a linebacker. Played phenomenally, All Pro, Pro Bowl, and then he was a coach for the Panthers up until he died.
No.
And he gave a speech where he told his players every single play, no matter if it's the Super Bowl, it's the preseason, or it's the middle of the year, keep pounding every single play.
I love that. That makes me.
That's why
happy. That makes me happy in the pants.
That's why I have a throwback Sam Mills jersey. It's really cool. It's got Louisiana on the side. So cool.
Awesome.
I did not know that's how they got their slogan.
I didn't either. We're learning a lot today.
They did the NFL documentary or whatever. Very, very good. I almost cried. It was very, very good.
Damn. It's that good, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So playoff scenarios this weekend, NFC East, it comes down to the football team can win, really. And if football team loses, then it's the Cowboys or the Giants, whichever team wins that matchup.
I think football team will beat the Eagles.
I hope football team beats the Eagles, but football team lost last week to the Panthers, I think. So it has me on edge. And plus with all their Dwayne Haskins, we didn't even mention it, Dwayne Haskins released.
Oh, yeah. Who's this? Is it Alex Smith?
Alex Smith. Well, so here's the thing. They don't know if Alex Smith will be ready. And if Alex Smith isn't ready, then they're doing with Taylor Henneke from the WCAM.
Former XFL starter, a former CFL starter, and a former whatever starter this week.
Yeah, if I think and there's somebody else if Kyler wasn't starting too. Yeah, it was crazy. It'll be fun week. The Rams will face the Cardinals.
That'll be important.
Winner is in.
Is the loser out?
Loser depends on the Bears game. If the Bears lose, then the loser is out, right?
No, if the Bears win, the loser is out.
Yeah, if the Bears win, the loser's out. If the Bears lose and the Rams win, they're in. Otherwise, if the Cardinals win, they're not in. The Bears aren't in. So it's a crazy situation. And then Miami has to win to be in. And then the Titans have to win.
And with the AFC, what we had mentioned earlier, if all, there's 4 10-5 teams.
Mm-hmm.
If all 4 of them win, the 11-5 Colts will not make the playoffs.
That's insane.
Crazy.
Would be insane. But, with the new year also comes bowl games.
Oh, yeah, I saw that in the Cheez-It Bowl. Off topic. What bowl did they destroy the trophy for?
The Mayo Bowl.
The Mayo Bowl. I hate bowl season.
I love bowl season because none of the matches matter besides the 2 that we're going to talk about. But, yeah, it's been crazy. I don't know. It's fun to just, turn on 20 minutes of the game, see what's happening.
It was on at the restaurant. I was at the other day, and it was a Cheez-It Bowl.
Yeah. Last year was crazy because Pat McAfee was, doing all this stuff. And so they made the Cheez-It Bowl, 10 times bigger than it was. But all these bowls, I didn't know there were so many.
Yeah.
And none of them make, there's no point to most of them.
Yeah.
It's sad. But, hey, we got a couple bowl games that do matter coming up. First, we'll start off with the one that doesn't matter, though. Tomorrow night, Cincinnati, undefeated, will be playing the Georgia Bulldogs.
Who are 22?
Me too.
Georgia Bulldogs have... It's not telling me. They've lost 2. They're 7-2. Bulldogs are, even though the Bulldogs are ranked 9 and Cincinnati's ranked 8, the Bulldogs are favored to win. It's the Peach Bowl. So I have Cincinnati actually winning 17-14. I think it's going to be a lackluster game, but I think Cincinnati's going to get the dub.
I have Georgia winning this game. I think it's going to be a relatively close game. Relatively close. I think Georgia will win, though. I'm winning 29-18.
All right. Welcome to the big league, Cincinnati. You wanted the big dogs, and you're getting the big dogs. Georgia's been playing incredible over the last 3 weeks. JT Daniels, had he been playing all year, he would have been a Heisman finalist himself. I think Georgia's going to steamroll Cincinnati 46-20. They're not going to know what hit them.
Oof. Which one do you want to do first? the Ohio or the Notre Dame?
Let's do it and then wait and do no.
Okay.
So Ohio State Clemson is
the first. It's the one of the semifinal games for the college football playoff. So winner
the bowl. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. The bowl is the
Sugar Bowl.
Sugar Bowl.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm excited for this game because
I think this is probably going to be more exciting than other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And originally I was out on Ohio State. I thought Clemson was going to run away with it. I changed my mind, guys. I think that Ohio State will get the upset. Is it an upset? Yep, it is an upset.
Clemson is favored to win this game.
Clemson is favored. Yep. They are the 2 seed. Ohio State's the 3 seed.
Dabo Swinney's been talking a lot of shit about the Ohio State Buckeyes. Yeah. Not even ranking them in the top 10. I think it's just going to build fire for Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
Ohio State's going to be healthy. They're going to be ready to go. And they're going to get the dub 32-28.
I have this being a close game, too. I think Ohio State's going to come out swinging. But I think I have Clemson winning. Trevor Lawrence is going to come in clutch, and he's going to outduel Justin Fields, and he's going to win 38-35.
Justin Fields plays bad. He plays bad on purpose, so he doesn't go to the Jags. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be amazing.
No,
he throws 5 interceptions or something.
Yeah, no shit. Clemson's a superior team. Trevor Lawrence is the superior quarterback. Clemson will win by arm and legs of Trevor Lawrence, 34-28. It should be a fun little game.
All right, now the less exciting.
Oh my god.
College playoff game.
The Rose Bowl.
Dallas.
Bowl.
Yeah, right. Like, what?
Texas. It's usually in Pasadena, California every year.
Big difference.
Yeah, California is in lockdown.
Which Texas probably should be too, but
Rowan's there.
Notre Dame,
Alabama. Oh, it's sad, but Rowan's there. AEW. Right. Notre Dame, Alabama. It's not going to be a game, but I have it being a game just because I want it to be a game. That's why. Because I know it's not going to be a game. It's going to be like 52-12 or something. But I have it closer. I think it's going to be 38-27. And I think Alabama is going to go to the championship and probably win it.
My score is closer to that score you just brought out, 52-12. I think Bama is going to run away against Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame will be able to put up some points early, though, before they get blown out. I have Bama winning 48-21.
Alabama will win this game.
By how many points?
A lot.
30? 40? 50? 50 points.
Really?
No, Alabama legitimately has a chance to win by 50-plus points, and I'm not even just saying that. Notre Dame is obviously a good team in their own right, but Alabama is on another level. I saw what they did to Florida. I saw what Clemson did to Notre Dame.
I'm closing my eyes with that because I want a good football game, Noah.
I don't want you to be disappointed when it's not. This game will be over by the first quarter. This Alabama offense is way too explosive.
How many points is our game score? 7? 3?
Maybe. I say maximum Notre Dame scores 10 points.
So you think like 60-10 or 57?
If I had to throw a score out there, I'll say 55-10.
Okay.
Jeez.
55-10. That'll, you know what? Yeah, I'll put that score down.
That is insane.
55-10.
It's gonna be disastrous. It's gonna be bad.
That is crazy as hell.
Let's see. I just threw like a perfectly fucking good sandwich. Just threw it on the ground.
I saw that. That pissed me off.
Planet Fitness, what a fake gym.
I'm not Planet Fitness. It's a nice gym. But
I've been there. I had it.
I also have Planet Fitness.
They have pizza. They don't encourage me. They did when I had their gym membership. They didn't encourage me to go. But when it was pizza night, I'd get emails about it. Like, they encourage me to go eat, but not, I don't know.
Well, because it has to get you there. Like, well, you're already here.
Right.
Treadmill's open.
Right. That's fair. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know why I have a thing against Planet Fitness, but I do.
I like it because gyms are expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
$10 to go to the gym, and it's not even a bad gym. It's not as crowded.
I remember when I was looking for a gym, I went to one, it was kind of by my house, and they're like, yeah, it's probably like $600 for the year. I'm like, $600?
That's
what?
Expensive.
I only pay $10 a month. It's the exact same equipment. What do you mean?
Right.
It's a treadmill. I can go buy a treadmill for $600.
Yeah.
$600 for a year. It's ridiculous. Let's go run up some stairs.
And they wonder why America's obese.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up. I don't know. I'm getting a Great Life membership. I'm pretty excited about that. That's going to be fun. Play basketball.
The golf thing?
Half off the golf thing. Great shots. I love great shots.
Is it expensive?
No,
we're completely off topic.
not at night. At night it's expensive. It's like $36 a bay. But even then, an hour. But even then, if you split it between 3 people, that's.
Oh, it's not per person?
No, it's as per bay. But during the day before 4 o'clock, it's $18 an hour. And so if you have 4 or 5 people, it's like $3 a person.
Yeah, I like that.
It's awesome. I love it. We should go sometime.
Deal. Anyway,
yeah.
Back to football. We did college football.
Yeah.
Final week of the NFL's going around. We kind of talked about the important games.
Right.
Pickups. Dolphins, Bills. AFC East. This division, now with not Tom Brady there, is up for grabs these next couple of years. We've got to see who's going to be the new powerhouse here. Is it going to be Tua and the Dolphins, or Justin Fields and the Dolphins? Or is it going to be Josh Allen and the Bills?
I have the answer. It'll be Josh Allen and the Bills. Here's what I think's going to happen.
I think so too.
Buffalo is going to run. They're going to get up big on Miami. Tua's going to play bad. They're going to bench him. But Fitzpatrick leads the comeback a little too late. 27-20, Buffalo Bills. Bills Mafia gets a win.
Very similar score. I would not be surprised if that is the narrative of the game. I have 28-21 Bills.
Oh.
I have the Dolphins winning 28-26, similar to last week, but they don't necessarily need to win to get in.
Face magic, complete secret.
Good. But if they lose, if the Ravens, the Browns, the Titans, or the Colts lose, they will also get into the playoffs. So let's just hope that Baltimore loses or Cleveland. We don't want Cleveland to lose necessarily. Or Cleveland is playing a team known as the Pittsburgh Steelers. We already talked about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hopefully, Mason Rudolph playing. They're benching half their starters on defense. I mean, granted, if you bench your starting receivers for the Steelers, it won't matter because they're not good anyways. But oh yeah, Myles Garrett is gonna kill him. I am predicting that Myles Garrett or that Mason Rudolph gets injured in the first half of the football game.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have Myles Garrett on the defensive line just to kill him.
Who's the sense guy?
Duck Hodges.
Oh yeah.
Quack quack. Which you can argue Duck Hodges is better than Mason Rudolph anyways, so I mean.
I don't think any of them know that.
Right. That's the problem. They could get like a Jacoby or something. That'd be different, but yeah, I'm excited for that. So next we got big game for Mitch Trubisky. If Mitch wins this football game, I think Mitch Trubisky will get an extension. If Mitch Trubisky loses this football game, I don't think he gets an extension.
You know, if that's the logic, I almost want the Packers not to win this.
Thank you.
I would love to play Mitch Trubisky for another 4 years.
Thank you.
I would love to play Mitch Trubisky for another 4 years.
I would love to see him play for another 4 years.
I don't want them to go get Justin Fields or anybody. I want Mitch Trubisky in that stadium. I want to play Mitch Trubisky 8 more times.
Yes. I like that logic.
I don't think the players.
I don't think they will either.
No, I don't think they will.
But hey,
Go Pack, go.
we all got the Packers. You know what happens when we all pick a team? We all picked the football team last week. You know what happened? The other team won. Yep, so you know what we got to do? Got to stick with this and just, I hope Raj has a good game. Hope the Packers play great. Hope it's a shootout. But I got the Packers. I mean, I have 32-27 just because I'm holding out hope for Mitch Trubisky. But realistically, David Montgomery also very, very good.
Yeah, very good.
But we held Derrick Henry to under 100 rushing yards, and David Montgomery is not better than Derrick Henry.
This is fact.
That's true. But I don't know. It'll be
another snow game. It's gonna be snowing in Soldier Field. We're gonna get the sauce, AJ Dillon, out there with his thick ass legs. He's gonna run for another 100 yards. I have the Packers kind of dominating the Bears here. I think Packers are gonna go out. They're gonna score 28 points in the first half, and then they're gonna throw in Tim Boyle, our backup, and I still the Packers winning 31-17.
Tim Boyle. Can't we see any Jordan Love this year?
From?
I don't know. We've had Tim Boyle for a couple of years. Tim Boyle actually low-key a good backup. Like I rather like Tim Boyle than like a lot of other backups.
Eastern Kentucky and Connecticut.
I think it would.
He's only 26. I thought Tim Boyle was a lot older.
He was an undrafted free agent in 2018. So not
That's awesome.
I think I like Tim Boyle. I think he's a good backup.
I love that he tries to get an extra yard when he kneels the football game kneels at the end of every football game, so he doesn't have a negative yard stat. That's my favorite part about him. But next up, this is a big game for the Titans, coming off such a brutal loss to the Packers. They got to win, and they're facing the Texans. J.J. Watt went off on a whole tangent. I think J.J. Watt is going to kill the Titans 21-15. I don't think it's going to be a great game, but it's going to secure the Titans not making it.
I think this is going to be a rebound game for the Titans. I think specifically this is going to be a rebound game for Derrick Henry. I think because it's in Texas, right? Yeah, I think Derrick Henry is going to run all over them. And it's going to be a close game when it comes down to it, but I have 27-26 Titans.
Yeah, did I say my Packers score? 2016 Packers. Bears are going to be fighting for their playoff lives. It's in Soldier Field. It'll be close. But I do think the Titans will win this game. I think Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt are going to just give last inch of their bone left to the season to make things tough for the Titans. But I do think the Titans are going to win 26-21. I think Derrick Henry will capture another rushing title. Wait, who's in the lead for the rushing title?
He is.
I think he'll capture another rushing title.
He's like 100 yards ahead of Dalvin Cook.
And Dalvin's not playing.
Right.
Yeah. So he's going to solidify it with a big performance against Houston, like he did last year.
There's only 5 running backs over 1,000 yards, and three of them are like under 1,100.
Oh, so Derrick Henry is essentially clinched.
Yeah, because Dalvin Cook's not playing.
It's like Derrick Cook has, I don't know. Derrick Henry has like 1,600. Dalvin Cook is like 1,500, and like James Robinson, Aaron Jones, and Nick Chubb are all like 1,000.
Right. And James Robinson is out this week as well.
And Aaron Jones isn't going to put up 600 rushing yards.
So I mean that's number 2 and 3 are out. So David Montgomery though, Josh Jacobs will make 1,000.
David Montgomery is not.
He's 1,001.
Yes.
Yeah, Chubb's at 959. So realistically, we could see Zeke, Chubb, and Josh Jacobs all make 1,000 yards this year. Alvin Kamara as well. He just needs 80, 78. But yeah. Next up, big matchup here. We got the Cardinals versus the Rams. We got Taylor Heineke, right?
Bless your heart.
It will be a game. Brendan is on crack.
I had a very similar story until I remembered that no golf, no cup, no Jarvis, no characters.
Right.
So he might not know. He might think it's full Rams versus full Cardinals, and that might be a score you might expect in a full Rams, full Cardinals game. It's not. It's going to be full Cardinals and Taylor
Heineke. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a match.
Yeah.
Try Chase Wolford.
Chase Wolford.
Yeah. They've never heard of him.
I think he was one of those guys I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
AAF guy and a CFL guy.
His last start was 2 years ago in the AAF.
And then I think Tyler Heineke was the...
That's another thing we lost in 2020 was the XFL.
It's coming back, though. 2021, Dwayne.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Dwayne.
I like it. I think it's in better hands looking with Dwayne Marathon.
Oh, I 100% do, too.
I think everybody thinks that. Because Dwayne will actually care about, and Danny Garcia, they actually care about
the business of
football and not money.
Even though I did think Vince McMahon, his second run of the XFL
it was going good.
French kiss.
It was awesome.
But now The Rock just got to build on that.
Yeah.
Which I think he can do.
I
think if Dwayne Haskins doesn't get signed for some reason, I think he will. I think he will. Hope he does. But if he doesn't, I think he'll be the first XFL quarterback. So,
when Ryan Fitzpatrick retires, he's the perfect XFL.
Yes. Cardinals-Rams. It's going to be not a very good matchup. Cardinals are going to kill them 24-14. Expect Kyler Murray to have a great game.
Yeah, he is playing. He is confirmed to play.
We all kind of a similar score. I kind of think it's going to be ballpark. I have 27-14 Cards. I think the Rams defense will still play good. I think Aaron Donald will probably still have a good game. I think Jalen Ramsey will probably still have a good game. But their offense is not really going to get anything going. I have the Rams scoring 14. One of those is going to be off a defensive touchdown, and probably the other one's probably going to be defense setting up in a good spot for a touchdown.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. What's going to basically happen is our defense will play fine. It's just our offense is going to be so bad we give the Cardinals way too many possessions. 26-10 Arizona. Go, Pack, go. Go Packers. That's all I can really think about. Unless if we somehow, in God's name, find a way to win, and Chase Wolford's the next Tom Brady, then yes. But I'm fully expecting us to lose this game, so I'm going all in on Green Bay. Go Packers.
So if they win against the Cardinals, right?
If the Rams win, they're in, and it's no issues.
If they beat the Cardinals, then you know Jared Goff is the issue, because Jared Goff lost to the Jets.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
I think we already all know that Jared Goff's the issue. Sean McVay just doesn't want to admit it.
Oh, I think Sean McVay's starting to get sick of it. I saw how he was talking to him against Seattle. He was getting pissed off. They have to call the offense so differently because of how bad Jared Goff is, and it's piss-worthy. But, yeah, Arizona wins. Go Packers. Oh, big game here with Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh Steelers with Mason Rudolph and 7 other starters not starting against the Cleveland Browns for the Browns' playoff chances. Damn it.
For one reason and one reason only.
You think Myles Garrett's going to get ejected again?
No. The Browns thing to do, right?
Oh my God, that's why I won't put it.
I literally have every signs point to Cleveland winning this game, but
that's
they will lose
problem.
this game because plain and simple, the Cleveland Browns. Just when you think that the turnaround is here, nope. They will lose this game. Except actually, so I'm gonna look here. So based on how I have things going,
I think the Browns still make it.
Yes.
No, they don't.
Well, based on how I have things, if the Dolphins... Oh, yeah, no, they would because who's ahead? Is Miami ahead of Cleveland, or is it the other way around?
Miami's ahead of Cleveland.
Yeah, because I think the Colts are going to win against Jacksonville.
Hopefully.
They should.
I have...
I'm going to cry if they don't.
Steelers beat the Browns for no reason other than Cleveland.
I think the Browns are going to win this one. No chance that they do the same thing. They'll have all their receivers back. They'll have their team back, and I think they'll run Nick Chubb because they know that that's the mistake they made last week. And 32-21. Expect a big game. Because Browns are going to make the playoffs. It's going to be a great time.
I think the Browns going 29-14. This is actually not going to be as big of a game for Myles Garrett as you might think, because Myles Garrett is going to split Mason Rudolph's head open in the second quarter and get ejected.
Let's go! I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I still think that the Browns, it seems like I said basically all the starters. So I think the Browns. Again, it would be the most Brown thing to do to lose this game. So it wouldn't like completely throw me off guard, but I think the Browns should win this game 29-14.
Browns win. Or Browns lose.
And it wouldn't Browns are better.
For no reason other than the fact the Browns can just they've been good all year, and yet a couple losses here and there, they can miss the playoffs. It's gonna be vintage Cleveland.
And then the last two games is the NFC East.
Oh, yeah, this is a twofer right here.
The division comes down to these two games. Literally 3 teams can win this division this week. It's kind of crazy.
Again, imagine if you're the one team that can't clinch it at Philadelphia.
I have a guy, one of my friends at work is an Eagles fan, too.
You know what's crazy? Because even after this week, the Giants could end up finishing last place.
Yeah.
And yet Philadelphia can't clinch the division. It's so bizarre.
The Giants could win the division or get the number 4 pick.
The third overall pick.
The third overall pick of the draft. Anyway, I don't think I've ever had, at least I might not remember, where it's come down to 3 teams on week 17 for the
let alone a team can go 6-10 and win the division.
Yeah.
What do you think about football team getting the finals or the final game of 2020?
I think it's fun.
The final game of the season, I guess.
Actually, no, I would not have swapped out because here's the thing. There's going to be so much. Because if you would have done it for Cowboys-Giants and then Washington wins earlier in the day, then none of it matters.
That's true.
So you have to
That's what I was thinking.
You have to do Washington because then the suspense is all there.
I would have done Cardinals-Rams.
I would not have because with all the injuries, they would have been fucking.
I don't think this is
going to be.
I
think Dolphins Bills might have been a fall.
Yeah.
Now, you got to have playoff implications on Sunday night. I am for Washington, Philadelphia. It's going to be a shit show of a game, but I'm for it.
I'm going to watch it. I'm excited. Let's do the first game, though. So if the football team loses, either one of these 2 teams will win the division. And that is the Andy Dalton Cowboys or the Daniel Jones. I saw Daniel Jones was a 10% sack rate. For the day. That's ridiculous. 10% of the time? What? I don't know. Crazy.
That's crazy. That's fine.
What? 10%?
Daniel Jones is just that goated.
I have the Cowboys winning this game.
Oh.
Well, all except for Brendan.
Uh-oh.
I think Andy Dalton is going to play better than Daniel Jones, and that's going to be the deciding factor. Close game, though, 21-20 Cowboys. But I think the Cowboys are just slightly better of a team than the Giants.
Yeah, Cowboys are hot right now. Andy Dalton's playing like vintage Andy Dalton, and Cowboys get a weird win and a weird score, 23-17, so it's going to be close. Giants' defense is legit, but I think that the Cowboys are going to win this game, and it all comes down to Washington, Philly.
No, you don't. Oh my God. That's so sad. I think Zeke Elliott is going to have a good game this week. Hasn't necessarily been the same Zeke that we've seen, but I think he's starting to come back to being a little okay. 28-21 Cowboys. It's gonna be close. Oh, I have it too, damn it.
Eagles football team. Alex Smith isn't going to play, is he?
I really want him to. I think. Let's see if Alex Smith has practiced today. Let's see how Alex Smith is doing. He sits out practice. Oh, apparently he was playing that he sits out practice today. He's a plan in place to help him progress enough so he can play in Washington season finale Philadelphia.
Oh.
According to ESPN, early today at 4 o'clock.
So Alex Smith will probably play.
The plan is to progress him enough to be able to play. So maybe.
Ron Rivera was also not worried about playing Alex Smith today, which would change things a bit.
So is that the consensus that Washington is playing?
Ron Rivera said this today. He'll get some opportunities and we want to see some improvement going forward. If not, we'll make sure Taylor is getting as much work as he can right now.
You're like, that's not enough
Rivera
for me.
once said again, because of Smith's experience and knowledge of the offense, he could play without practicing during the week.
Scores.
That's how much of a shit show this division is.
Yeah. And I think it depends on whether Alex Smith plays or not. I'm going on I don't think Alex Smith will play, and so I have the Eagles winning 27-20. But if Alex Smith does play, then I expect the football team to win the one.
Yeah, that's how I do it. If Alex Smith plays, Washington wins. If they don't, Eagles win.
Taylor Heineke's only other NFL start was in 2018 under Ron Rivera.
Did they win?
I have no idea.
Remember when Ron Rivera made Kyle Allen look good when we were talking about how he would be the replacement for Cam? And then he was bad.
He had 320 yards and a touchdown and 3 interceptions in that game.
3 interceptions, though. What year?
Who are they playing?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Falcons. After Kenny was ruled out with a shoulder injury. He went 33 for 53 for 274, a touchdown, and 3 picks.
Yeah.
He didn't even play a full game, though. He actually got hurt, sent to IR, and Kyle Allen came out.
Oh, that was the start of Kyle Allen,
That was the
huh?
start of Kyle Allen. But if you take away the 3 interceptions, 33 for 53 is not a bad completion percentage. That is not bad.
That's something you can work with, for sure.
And
You just make a lot of short passes.
Were the Falcons good in 2018?
Yeah, Super Bowl year, right?
No, that was 2016, wasn't it?
Oh, then no, they weren't good. They're always good, but not good at the same time.
Oh, because last week when Bray Haskins was benched, he went 12 of 19 for 137 and a touchdown.
Not bad.
Oh, that's a good stat line. What was that almost 70% completion, a couple 100 and some yards and a touchdown?
I don't know if it'll be enough, but
They only got to beat the Eagles though.
the Eagles turned it up a notch. Jalen Hurts.
I say with Jalen Hurts, they feel some starters.
Yeah,
even though he's
the football team's only good aspect of their defense, right?
right.
Right.
So they just got to stop Jalen Hurts from running. They got to sack him a couple times.
So go
They just got to not turn the ball over. Is Antonio Gibson playing?
That's my question, because he didn't play last week, did
If
he?
Antonio Gibson plays, give him back as football team. I think Antonio Gibson.
I think it hinges on.
I think he does too, but I think they can still win if Alex Smith sits if Antonio Gibson plays.
He's projected to play.
All right, we'll go football team so they win the division. And because I don't want to see Dallas win the division.
All
But
right.
then Dallas would get a shitty draft pick.
Right, and then they can rebuild for the future. But
So I had the football team winning this NFC East showdown, 19-16. Boys, it's not going to be pretty.
I hate that this is how we're ending the season.
Right?
I love it.
Oh,
I mean,
It's not fun.
it's so 2020. This year's been a shit show. Why not end it with a shit show division?
I guess.
It's amazing. I love it.
I mean, it makes sense, but I just like, can't we get like a good game?
I mean, is going to be a good game. There's a lot on the line. It's going to be a good game. It's just going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly.
I don't want an ugly game.
It's going to be close.
But yeah. That's week 17 for you.
So based on all of our predictions, my final playoff teams are the Dolphins, the Colts. You get the Walkers. I have Titans winning the division. I have the Colts, and then I have the Dolphins, Colts, and who's my other playoff team?
No, Browns got eliminated.
Yeah. So it'd be the Dolphins.
Tennessee.
Who's that other wild card?
Who's the 4th 10-5 team in the AFC? Please hold. All right. Colts, Browns, Ravens, Dolphins.
Oh, and Ravens will win their game. So I have the Colts.
Actually, there's 5 teams that are 10-5. The Titans, the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Browns.
Right. Okay. So Titans win their division. The wild card teams are going to be the Ravens as the top wild card team, the Dolphins, and the Colts.
So no Browns.
And then in the NFC, the wild card teams will follow as the Rams end up getting in. So it'll be the Rams, the
right now the wild card teams in the NFC are Tampa,
and they're in.
The Rams, Tampa, because Tampa's 5. Yeah, it's Tampa, the Rams, and the Bears.
So then ultimately I have, with the Bears loss, I have the Cardinals, the Rams in the wild card.
Yeah, I think Bears are going to lose, and Cardinals are going to slide into that number 7 spot, and then we're going to get Saints, Cardinals week 1 in the playoffs, and we're going to get Rams, Seahawks rematch, and we're going to get Bucks football team.
Ooh. So Tampa will probably advance. They probably beat the football team. You'd think.
No prediction. Football team's gonna beat the Bucks, everybody.
Let's go!
I'll stand.
I want nothing more.
I want nothing more to do.
All right. Well, that's a good way to end it this week.
I think it's a great way to end this week.
Happy 2021.
Happy 2021.
We'll see you next year. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's better than last year.
Yeah. For the Size Club Podcast, I'm Duncan.
I'm Noah.
And I'm Dan.
And no Brendan and Weird Outro.
Yeah, we're actually pretty smooth.
Yeah. We always do.
That's tough.